Well, good evening, everybody. Swamp Fox News, cooks, and reviews coming at you. It's another 9 p.m. newscast news blast, bringing you all the latest on the tyrant police. Hope everybody's doing well. Give it just a minute for a few people to get in here, and then I will start the show. And in one, my brother, man, I'm so glad to see you up and about again and in here. I hope you're doing better. We've been praying for you nightly. Oregon Road, Patriot Defense, Mama Gnome, Camo Hunters, how you doing? Thank you for coming back. Good to see you here again. Jose Salas Jr., how are y'all? Y'all make sure y'all go check out Jose's channel now. Remember, we're trying to get him to 1,000. He is over 300 now, so that's great. That's awesome. I appreciate the ones who are going to show him some love. Eric Johnson, Mama Gnome, Lady Justice Liberty. Thank y'all for being here. Lenny from West Virginia. Eric Johnson. Vet Tech Kimmy, how are you? Oregon Rogue, I thank y'all all for showing up. Glad to see y'all here tonight. I got a good story, a couple good stories lined up, some videos, and it sucks that, they're there, but they are. Yeah, no problem. Jose, we're going to help you grow your channel. We're going to help everybody grow their channels. Um, that's exactly right. I appreciate that. Y'all smash that like button. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm going to give it just about another 30, 40 seconds. We'll let a few more people get in here. Looks like a few notifications went out. That's pretty good. Thank the Lord for that. Drew C., my brother. Good to see you here. Thank you for showing up. I sure appreciate you guys. We got some special bonus videos at the end for everybody who's here now. Or, I'm sorry, some special uh, bonus. I wouldn't say so much videos as articles. How about that? But they're a bonus. Conspiracy against transparency. Thank you for being here. I appreciate y'all showing up. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started, y'all. All right. This first story, uh, it just goes to show that once again, you can be out trying to do positive things and not be getting in trouble, but yet the law enforcement wants to bring you down and always harass and jail you for something or another. Miami cop escalates interaction with rapper, arresting him for hanging up flyers. The story's by Carlos Miller, you guys. Carlos Miller. The rapper had permission by store management to hang up the flyers, but the cop had a point to prove. Not satisfied with a man complying with his orders to remove a flyer he had hung up in the flyer-infested neighborhood of Winewood, a Miami police officer stepped out of his car and demanded to see the man's identification. But the rapper, Landon Giovanni Kitchenlow, whose stage name is Giovanix, told the cop he did not have his identification since he was not driving. He was also reluctant to provide his name, believing the cop had no right to detain him. The cop, P. Nava, then told him not to leave because he was calling for backup. Kitchenlow decided to walk away anyway, which was when Nava shoved him against the wall. In a video recorded by his friends, Kitchlow asked repeatedly why he was being detained, pointing out that Navi did not even have his body camera on, which is pretty typical of cops in South Florida who enjoy a lack of legitimate oversight. You are being very aggressive. Turn around, Navi says, as he aggressively manhandled him, already setting the stage for the lie he planned to write in his report. It's going to go really bad if you don't turn around, Navi tells him in a few seconds later. Within minutes, an additional 7 cops' cars pulled up. to ensure a simple code violation was treated as a violent crime. After all, modern day policing is all about escalating every interaction to the point of death if necessary. The Constitution be damned, and we as citizens are expected to accept this to be our labeled cop haters. Accept this or be labeled cop haters, I'm sorry. The truth is, even though the Miami Police Department has a high rate of minority police officers, it is no different than police departments across the county who arrest black people at much higher rate than white people or Hispanics, according to the 2018 ACLU study. And that appears to be the case here because Wynwood, the neighborhood where this took place, is renowned entertainment district whose graffiti painted walls are littered with flyers promoting local concerts. Even employees of the store where Kitchlow had posted his flyer told police they did not have a problem with it. You know, even the store owner said it was okay, and they still escalated it to do this to this man. I'll let y'all watch the video and y'all tell me what you think. It's just, cops are scumbags, man. Most of them. Almost all of them. Not all of them, but almost all of them. It's totally, oh man, it's beyond reproach.
We took it down. We going down our way. All we do is put up flyers. Trying to put up flyers. I don't have my ID. Why do I need it? I'm putting up flyers. I asked for yours, but I got it right here. I don't need your name. Vladimir. You don't need my name?
Sure.
Come on. We out of here. For what? For what? For what? Bro, I'm gonna stop that. Stop that. Ain't no issue, bro, don't put your hands on me. Being detained for what? Being detained for what? What am I being detained for? What am I being detained for? I would like for you to take your hands off me. Your camera's not on. Turn on your camera, then put your hands on me. Turn on your camera, then put your hands on me. Go. You gonna bring me around, right? I'm not. You're being aggressive. What are you talking about? What am I being detained for?
I asked you a simple question.
And I answered it. What am I being detained for? What am I being detained? What am I being detained for?
You're detained. You're very aggressive right now.
You have your hands on me. I'm not putting. Sir,
it's gonna go really bad if you don't turn around.
Sir, why am I being detained?
You are.
Why am I being detained?
Because I am your boss, and you must obey me.
Did you not? You see everybody.
No, you're detained.
Why are you trying to detain me? For what?
KFC.
Look.
Wayne Rogers.
Stop.
You're being very aggressive,
Being
sir.
aggressive for what? Do you see this? Do you see this? For flyers. For flyers. Do you see all these flyers? Do you see all these flyers? For what? For what? For what? What am I being detained for? And you still haven't let me know. And you still haven't let me know. And I took it down like you asked. So why am I being detained? Why am I in handcuffs?
He's being detained. My flyers right there.
I don't have my ID. You want to check my pockets?
So what about all the other flyers that are on this building?
Yeah, what about 3 points? What about everybody else that's putting up flyers? Why am I the only one? Why am I being targeted? Because of my melanin?
I saw you putting the fire up.
Okay, so go ask for their information and detain whoever puts up their flyers.
No, I'm dealing with you right now.
You're dealing with me for what?
I'm dealing with you right now.
Why?
I'm dealing with you right now.
What if she would have put it up? Why am I being detained for what?
I guess he's already back in the car for now. He's thinking now.
Back in the car for
He's
what?
probably got you blocked for some reason,
What's
Jose.
happening?
For putting up flyers?
He just put up a flyer. What do you?
You want to detain me for putting up flyers?
Wait, you didn't even tell him his rights.
Hey, you recorded. February 28th.
Sorry, sir. You
Excuse me, I need some
didn't
space, right?
You didn't.
It's on.
Hey, she works here and she said it's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
So what's the issue?
I asked him for a simple question.
So you're wrestling because he didn't answer your simple question.
He asked me to take it down, so I took it down. He asked me for my ID. I don't have it.
And the lady that works here said it's okay. I'm his girlfriend.
I understand. Just
He's trying to be so macho. Like, I don't understand.
come back, please. Hold your face.
There's plenty of space for you
Right
guys
here.
to speak.
That's here. Take him down. On the blue. You take him down to the job. Why am I getting handcuffs? Like, this is embarrassing.
I don't need you guys to talk off. There's no reason to get all. There's all there's no business. There's a distance.
Oh, okay.
How many cops? Record this.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Why is his camera on?
It's just,
For a flyer. Look at all them blue gang thug members. Look at all them blue ISIS gang members. For a flyer.
this is just ridiculous.
What am I doing? Put it up, flyers. You see how many flyers and stickers up? Go find that guy who put the stickers on that sign. How about the 50 stores up?
Put them in the side, pat them down, put them in the door, close the door, and I said, I'm gonna go.
Wait, there's no violation or anything.
What's the crime?
Why are there so many cops?
It's safer numbers.
What's the crime?
None of your business. Go to court, and you find out, sir.
So when I go to court,
What a jerk.
Sorry? So can you guys explain like exactly like what,
Go to jail.
go to
for
jail.
what?
For what?
For what crime?
Don't buy. Look, you see how many stickers up?
Wait,
You see that? This is why cops are hated. Because they don't follow the law. They're not enforcing no law. The people who owned the store said he could put the flyer on their store. He even took it down even though the owner of the store said he could because the tyrant cop said to take it down, so he still took it down. No matter what, it's about showing you who's boss. And once you do whatever makes them mad, they're going to arrest you. They're going to ruin your life. They're going to do whatever they can because they are psychopaths. Hank, how you doing? Tasman Coma, how you doing, buddy? Let's go ahead and make Hank a mod. Everybody go to Hank's channel, show him some love, y'all. We appreciate you being here. We hope you keep coming back, being part of our family. Taz News Tacoma, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If I missed anybody coming in, sorry I missed you. Oh, Appointed Times, how you doing? Did miss a couple, it looks like. I'm sorry. You know, I don't mean to miss nobody when I'm doing these shows, though. I'm reading and looking at videos, so if I miss you, I am sorry. But make sure y'all smashing that like button on the way in, and if you got social media you can share this on, Facebook, Twitter, and such, please make sure you share it to everybody you know. I appreciate it. Don't forget, to the ones that are just coming in, we got some bonus stories at the end. Gonna wake some people up about some truth. Gonna blow your mind. John Speedway, how you doing, my brother? All right, let me get to the next story, y'all. Trying to get this video right. All right. Once again, cops will violate your rights and do what they want. Watch New York Police Department cops beat a man claiming he had weed, which he denies in viral video. This New York PD cop is going to beat this man because they said he had marijuana. Another story by Carlos Miller. The New York City Police Department claimed the man was running away from them, but the video proves that would be a lie. Of course, as always, they don't know how to tell the truth. They're psychopaths. A plainclothes NYPD cop stopped a man on the street without telling him why, holding him against a wall for 90 seconds before several other cops came running and pouncing on him, punching, kicking, choking, and piling on top of him, all the while yelling the obligatory "Stop resisting." Fitzroy Gale ended up charged with possession of marijuana along with a misdemeanor contempt of cop charge of obstructing government administration and resisting arrest. He told the New York Daily News he didn't even have weed. And even if he did, the video further confirms the long-standing NYPD police of using outdated marijuana laws to arrest minorities. The fact that they do so using minority officers do not make it any more acceptable. The incident took place Wednesday evening as a 20-year-old man was walking down a street in Brooklyn and was confronted by a plainclothes cop. A plainclothes officer comes across the street towards me with a flashlight saying, hold on for a second for me, bro, Gale said. He said, it just like, go over there and relax. I was like, who are you? You're plain clothes, so I don't know if you're an officer or who you are. I asked him what crime I committed. He was pushing me against the gate and threatening me with a taser. Video of the 8 p.m. arrest shows Gale, whose hands were raised, going back and forth with the first cop, who kept telling him not to move. First, the cop reached for a radio, presumably to call for backup. Seconds later, the lights and sirens filled the streets before additional officers sprinted over to assist the arrest. Of course they did. Let y'all watch the video. Tell me what you think. Scumbags. Carlos Miller, you guys. Another story by Carlos Miller. That's Creative Commons fair use for education.
Bro, he wasn't even listening to any shit.
Justin, you see what runs right there? Is it dead? Oh my God! Why would they do that?
Brother Chambers, what's up, my brother?
Justin, you see what runs right there? Is it dead? Oh my God! Why would they do that?
Exactly, Eric Johnson. Definitely outrageous.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Lady figure said, I see right now what's happening by foot, right?
Yo, what's your... Yo, give him a chance to roll the fuck over, yo.
Oh my God! Nobody, no touch him, not touch him. No, he's going to hell. What is he doing? Oh my God!
Exactly, Lady Justice. Exactly, that Kimmy.
Man, it's an idiot that's rolling on his stomach. That's wicked, bro. Nah, go back.
I'm telling you, it's a travesty that we have our hard-earned money stolen from us to then pay these 6 psychopath tyrants to go out and enforce their butthurt rules. A lot of them ain't even laws. And they violate our rights like this, and they pile on and pile on and pile on. And then they charge you with all kind of crimes that you didn't even commit. And this is what we're stuck with in the so-called America of today. And it's going to continue to be like this as long as we sit back and only talk about it and do nothing about it. Patricia Walton, hello, my dear. Glad to see you here. Hope you're doing well. All right, let me get to the next story. Watch, Michigan deputy speeding with no lights and siren strikes a kid on a mini bike because he's an idiot, and they think because they have that little funky badge and clown costume that they can roll as fast as they want, anywhere they want, and do what they want. Carlos Miller, this is another story by Carlos Miller. The deputy was speeding, but the boy's mini bike was not street legal. Oh, okay, well, okay, because it wasn't street legal. Even though I was speeding, I went ahead and hit him, and that's okay because it wasn't street legal. Idiot. Dash cam video released this week shows a Michigan sheriff's deputy driving 66 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour speed zone. Now, that's 36 miles an hour over the speed limit, so you know what would happen to one of us? We would automatically go to jail for speeding that fast. You can make no mistake about it. Stop it! It's unbelievable what these horrible supposed law enforcement get away with. In a 30-mile-an-hour speed zone when he struck an 11-year-old boy on a mini bike. The video shows the boy swerving in front of the deputy when he was struck. The video also shows the Calhoun County Sheriff's deputy waited almost a minute before stepping out of his patrol car to approach the boy who was laying in the middle of the street. Yeah, because he don't care. He don't care about life, kids' lives, or adults' life, or anybody's. He's a psychopath. The deputy, whose name has not been released, of course they're not going to release it, did not have his emergency lights or sirens activated, but the sheriff's office said he was on the highway to a burglary call, on his way to a burglary call. The boy's mini bike did not have lights, nor was it street legal, and even if it was, he's still too young to operate it under the law. The incident took place on May 28th around 9:30 p.m. In September, prosecutors declined to file charges against the deputy. Wow. But the boy's family has filed lawsuits seeking $25 million in damages. Watch the video above. Audio does not come until 32 seconds in the video. I understand that he did not intentionally kill my son. I understand that he was doing his job, probably trying to save a life, but I want him to take acknowledgement that he took my son's life. There's no denying what Valdez said. Let this have been anybody else. Let me have struck and killed an 11-year-old kid. I would be behind bars. You'd be behind bars. Everybody be behind bars. And that's absolutely true. And he killed this kid, and he took over a minute to get out of the car to even try to see if he could save this kid's life. Maybe that minute's when he died. Maybe that minute, if he would have went out and gave him CPR or did whatever, he could have saved his life. But no, he's a psychopath. I'll let y'all watch the video. You tell me what you think about it in the comments. It's terrible. What a psychopath. Sitting in his car while that kid's laying there dying. Cops while they're hated. It's a little too much. Thank you for being here. Exactly, Wayne Rogers.
County Sergeant from 5441.
Exactly, Lady D. Okay, Taz, if you want me to, I'll play it after I'm done with the show. I'll play some videos. I'm gonna play Jose's video. I'll play one of yours.
Are you hurt? Negative. I'm not. Can you report entries of the mail?
Hey, you're a mod, Taz, so if you want to post the link, go ahead, go to your video, hit share, and then when you hit share, it'll say copy it, and come here and post it in my chat, and I'll play it.
Clear. Blocking 1 and 8
Well, I'm not going to watch this whole video. It's a long one. The kid's dead. You see the cop didn't care. He didn't jump out automatically. He didn't try to help him. You know, he's a psychopath flying down the road. You know, if that was one of us, we would be at least arrested for manslaughter because, you know, speeding 36 miles over the speed limit, that would have been a charge. You would have been charged because you was recklessly driving and you caused death. But no. These blue thug, blue ISIS gang members almost always get out of trouble. Dave C. Yeah, poor little guy. I feel bad for him too and his parents. Make no mistake. All right, last story here. Well, not the last cop story, and then I got 2 follow-up things to show you guys, 2 bonus stories. 2 NC prison guards arrested in 1 week for smuggling drugs to inmates. Look at them. They all criminals. The 2 investigations were unrelated. Lauren Dale Zimmerman, 31, is an officer at the North Carolina Correctional Institute for Women in Raleigh. Zimmerman is the 2nd prison guard in North Carolina this week to be arrested for alleged drug distribution inmates. I did a story on this a couple of weeks ago, but they both got arrested at back-to-back in the same week, so they've thrown updates and so am I. Zimmerman was allegedly among 9 people charged with being part of a statewide drug distribution network that focused on getting narcotics into state prisons. ABC 11 News reports. The drug ring distributed Suboxone and Adderall among prison inmates and was run by Samuel Lee Perkins of Burlington, North Carolina, authorities said. Suboxone is an opioid that is used to treat heroin addiction. Suboxone can also lead to dependency. Adderall is an amphetamine often prescribed for treatment of attention deficit disorder. Based on information investigators uncovered, Suboxone strips would sell for $200 to $300 a person or in prison. Wow, $200 to $300 in prison. Zimmerman was charged with a felony conspiracy to sell and deliver Schedule III controlled substances. Zimmerman has also worked as a corrections officer at the women's prison in Raleigh since November 16, 2017. In the previous arrest, a North Carolina prison guard, Eric Blyther, was arrested on October 29th after FBI investigation determined he was smuggling the opioid into the prison. Wow. Ain't that something? Well, at least they're in prison for it. All right. Oh, no, actually, I did have a good cop video. I'm sorry. Here's a cop. You know, I told y'all I'd bring, try to bring at least one positive cop video a night because I was asked by a watcher to do so. Said I would, and so I'm doing it. I'm not saying this is a good cop. At this minute, this was a good thing this cop did.
Yes, ma'am. My son is, we're at Tennessee and my son's not breathing.
Okay, is he not breathing at all?
He's not responding.
Okay, you said you're at cardiac treatment?
Yes, ma'am. Wait a
Can I read the drugs, Suboxone and stuff? being here. Make sure you smash that like button. Yeah, I hear you, Kimmy, because they're just hard to find. The good cop videos are hard to find. I have to go back 3 or 4 or 5 years to find them, but I did say I'd bring them, and again at that point that was one positive thing he did. But good point you're making, Kimmy. Okay, all right. Now let's see. Okay. All right. I got a couple things. Now, I've been trying to tell y'all, I did a Lysol commercial the other day and all this, and I've been trying to tell y'all that this right here, this I'm not going to say it, I'm going to spell it. The CORONAVIRUS. I've tried to tell y'all that this is a man-made thing, that all this is a hoax. I mean, don't get me wrong, people are getting sick and all that. Yes, but it's done deliberately. And I've said that there's a patent on this. And people say, oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist. Okay. All right. I'm going to show y'all the patents. Okay. All right. Here's the European patent right here. You see it says patent granted. See when I click there, it comes up patent granted. Well, there's your patent number right there for the European Patent Office. So it's patent, and you see it right there, right? Can y'all see that in the top left corner? Okay, make sure y'all are seeing that. All right, y'all see my cursor right there? Y'all seeing all that right there? There you go. All right, see it right here? Okay, all right, that's one. Now let me show you something else. That's European. Here's your United U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Your U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Okay? There you go. Sorry. Let me readjust this camera for this view. Dang nabbit. And I'm going to tell y'all why they do this stuff. But all right. So now you should be able to see the whole screen. And I'm going to do my cursor. Okay. So you see this is the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Ain't nothing I'm making up. Okay. United States Patent Applications. You see the cursor over here, right here. Okay. All right. You see it right here. Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. CORONAVIRUS. And right over here to the right is your patent number and the date, November 16th, 2006. Okay? So, listen, if you're not willing to do the research yourself, please stop telling me I'm a conspiracy theorist nut that don't know what I'm talking about, because it's right here in black and white. Okay? There you go, right, Hank? They're everywhere. Right. They're everywhere. So I don't know why I keep getting people who I care about and keep telling me that I'm some nut job conspiracy theorist and that they're worried about me, when I can go and find this stuff for you right here and show you yourself. When I tell you to look it up yourself, you get mad and don't want to be my friend no more. Well, that's okay, because I'm awake and I'm sorry that you're asleep. But it's ridiculous, man. It is. I love you all. I really do. Now, let me show y'all this video. Some of you may have seen this. I posted this earlier this morning. This is the U.S. Senate hearing with Chuck Schumer. And I'm going to show y'all this. And if you can go and watch the video if you want. It might look better on the one from earlier to me replaying it again. But this is Chuck Schumer. He's going to walk up right here. He's going to walk up behind this lady. it's going to look like he's patting her on the back, but he's not. If you look closely, you'll see he's not patting her on the back. He looks like he's pushing, like somebody would be standing there and he's shooing him on like, hey, go, go, go. Because when she leans forward, you will see his right hand still making a gesture like he's pushing somebody to go. But then the most strange part is he turns around. You see this empty chair right here on the right? That's his chair. He's going to turn around. When he does, he's going to look at the chair. He's going to look surprised like he sees somebody sitting in his chair. You will see his left hand gesture and him say something. You won't hear what he's saying, but you'll see he says something as he points with his left hand, like, get out of my chair. Well, it's a demon that's sitting there. I keep telling y'all, you know, I'm a fully devoted follower of Christ. There are demons here on this earth, and there are people who sell their souls to the devil, and some of these evil people are, and him is one of them. There's got to be something sitting in his chair. You tell me what it is. If it's not a demon, then what is it? What was sitting in his chair? Anyway, watch the video. Tell me what you think. Oh man, I hate this stupid computer. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all have trouble with y'all's computer like this, to where you got to raise it up so high before you can even rewind a video? My stupid one, my computer does it. So stupid. All right. And somehow it went from being a split screen to top and bottom screen again. I don't know how to change that. All right, watch very carefully, y'all.
Good morning, everybody. Swamp Box News, cuts and reviews coming at you. Once again, with a little story. I want y'all to tell me, after looking at this video, what Chuck Schumer, and I'm going to play it in two versions. Same video, but it's a little bit grainy in both. One's looks a little bit clearer. But what I want you to see is that.
Yeah, then you'll see copy. Hit copy. And then
right
come
here,
back in my chat.
Chuck Schumer.
Click your right. Here, let me stop this real quick.
He's going to walk up behind this lady. Now,
I'm going to show y'all real quick. I'm sorry that I'm stopping this, only to show y'all how to do this real quick. Okay, I'm going to show Taz how to do this. All right. All right. Stupid computer. All right. Okay. So, all right, you see we've got the chat going here, right? All right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the video that we're watching, and I want to share this video in my chat, or you can do it, because you have to be a mod to share stuff in people's chats. Everybody's a mod, so share what you want, as long as it's nothing sexual or going to get me in trouble with whatever with YouTube. All right, so you hit share. When you do that, you see all this comes up. You see the little copy button. Then you click on copy. See, it turns purple for a second, and it's copying it. And after it's done copying it, bam, it's copied. Now, I'm going to go here back to the page where we're chatting. Then I'm going to go right here in my chat, and I'm going to click the icon button so it starts flashing. Then I'm going to click my right click. Come on. All right, see how it comes up, paste? There you go. Now I just copied this video in the chat. Now you can click on that and go to the same video we're watching. See, watch. I clicked on it. There you go. But now I suggest when you click on your video, or when you post your video, after you post it there, hit copy, then write a little description. Tell us what it is so we'll know, hey, this is my video of whatever, getting slapped around, jumping across the Cooper River Bridge, whatever, whatever your caption is. That way people can look and say, oh yeah, I need to go watch that. And we know what kind of it is. So I hope that helps. Anyway, let's watch this video, y'all.
He's going to talk to Glenn McConnell right here. Okay, see my cursor moving? He's going to talk to him. But if you see, as he's walking up, he's going to raise his right hand, and it's going to look like maybe he's patting this lady on the back, but if you look closely, you're going to be able to tell he's not patting her on the back. What he's doing is it looks like he's pushing, like telling somebody who would be standing there.
This is going to blow y'all's mind.
Go on, right? And that's how he gestures with his right hand, okay? And then it looks like something, like if there was somebody standing there that maybe it tried to move, and so this lady moved forward to let it pass by, maybe. Anyway, but then the more stranger thing is he turns around. Here's this empty chair. Y'all see the chair is empty. And in the video, you're going to see this chair is empty. But he's going to turn around, and he's going to look surprised, like there's someone sitting in his chair. And then he's going to take his left hand and he's going to point, get out of my chair. He's going to look, and you ain't going to hear him, but you can tell that he says something to the chair and points his finger, his left hand, like, get out of my chair. He's going to make that gesture. So, anyway, y'all watch the video. Start it over here. Y'all watch the video and tell me what you think. I think there's a demon. These people are bloodthirsty Satanists. Okay, they are. And the demon rats, they want to kill babies, either abortion or even after they're alive.
I'll do it in a minute, Taz. After this video, I'll go to your channel and post it.
Anyway, so just watch him walk down. Watch his right hand. Even when she leans forward, you will see that he's still motioning for something to go with his right hand. You'll see a few more times he's still motioning a little bit, like he's pushing something out the way. Okay.
Yeah, Patricia will help you too, Taz.
And
there you go, Eric. Awesome.
And
thank you.
He's not patting her on the back. You'll see that. And then when he turns around, you'll see that he's surprised. Something's sitting in his chair. He gestures to move out, for it to move out. This lady right here that's sitting behind him, now she may be a part of it. Maybe she sees the demon that's sitting there too. Maybe she don't, because she kind of looks surprised that either, the low-ranking demon would be sitting in this higher demon's chair.
Yep, you're absolutely right, Drew. See, because they're Satanists. Autotron.
That she was maybe saying, what is he telling to move out of his chair? Who is he talking to? And Diane Feinstein is sitting beside her. You can kind of look like she's kind of like looking, I think it's Diane Feinstein. Anyway, kind of looking like, what the heck was he talking about too? Or seeing that there was an entity, because she's just as much as the demon. But anyway, y'all watch the video. Tell me what you think. Move. Turn around. Get out of my chair. And then he sits down. Did you see that with his left hand? Look, it's going to play again. Let me get a little closer.
Watch now. The lady moves forward. He's still moving his right hand like, get out of here, get out of here. Now watch. Get out of my chair. Who was he talking to? Okay. Who was he talking to, y'all? Who was he talking to? It's going to play a couple more times. It's unbelievable. I mean, there had to be something sitting there, right?
I hate when it does that.
Watch. His right hand keeps moving even after she leans forward.
Look, she's leaning forward. Still moving. He's pushing something.
He's pushing around. Another goes
out my chair. I'm surprised. What? Get out of my chair. And he moves.
Okay.
He sits down.
Do y'all see that?
Sitting there, y'all. I'm going to tell you, Satan.
Do y'all see that?
Okay.
Yeah, the lady behind him was like, what the heck is he doing? What is he looking at?
Show you another video, but I'm going to play that one more time.
Yeah, watch it one more time. Watch the lady behind him.
She's leaning forward, right hand still moving, pushing something away. my chair.
Look at them two ladies like, what the heck was he talking to? They're
Watch
like,
his
"What the
right
heck?"
hand and then his left hand.
Tony the Tyrant Hunter. Right?
Get out of my chair. Oh man, these people are Satanists, y'all. Okay? It's just, I don't need to wake up.
We gotta watch that again.
What you to see is, talk to Glenn McConnell right here, not patting her on the back. What he's doing is gestures with his right hand. Let it pass by. The chair is empty. And you don't hear him, but you can tell that he's saying, there's a demon. You know, these people, anyway, so just watch. Watch his right hand. Even when she leans forward. You
Y'all
see
notice
that
that even when she's leaning forward, see, at first, people would say, no, he's patting her on the back. I said, okay, then why, when she leans forward, can you see his hand still moving like he's shooing something along? If he was patting her on the back, his hand would have went closer to her as she's leaning forward. His hand would have went forward, but it didn't. It stayed a little bit behind her, and he was shooing something off. Like there was another demon standing there, you know. And because even, look, just because Republicans are there don't mean they ain't demons too. You know what I mean? Some of them are bad and on both sides. So anyway. But I'm going to let it watch one more time, and then I'm going to go on to the last thing.
he's still motioning for something to go with his right hand. You'll see a few
Freedom
more
to
times
film.
he's still motioning a little bit like he's pushing something out the way. Okay? And
Yes, that's a
and
stenographer.
she leans forward.
That's exactly what that is,
And,
Vet
she's
Kimmy.
not patting her on the back. You'll see that. Then when he turns around, you'll see that he's surprised. Something's sitting in his chair. He gestures to move out.
But my whole point is when she leans forward, his hand is still gesturing for something to move. He's kind of waving like towards Glenn McConnell. Like, and I think that she leaned forward because she felt that the entity or whatever it was, you know, encroaching on her space. Like if you was in a movie theater and you had a tight spot and some big guy got up behind you and was trying to go to the bathroom, you would lean forward a little bit to let him go, or backwards if they was walking in front of you. Even in church, I've had that happen in church where a big person is coming behind me trying to get through the pew to go to the bathroom, and I've had to lean forward a little bit to keep from getting elbowed in the back of the head. Y'all know what I mean. Just watch and see what you think.
This lady right here that's sitting behind him, now she may be a part of it. Maybe she sees the demon that's sitting there too. Maybe she don't, because she kind of looks surprised that either, you know, the low-ranking demon would be sitting in this higher demon's chair,
you're right about that, Dave.
or that, that.
Oh, you
she
caught
would maybe
something I
say,
didn't
what is
catch.
he
There you
telling
go.
to move out of his chair?
That's
Who
right.
is he
Keep
talking
paying
to?
attention, Hank.
And Diane Feinstein is sitting beside her. You can kind of look like she's kind of like.
Yeah, he did look pissed. He's like,
I think it's
you a lower
Feinstein.
demon. You don't sit in my chair.
What the heck was he talking about too? Or seeing that there was an entity, because she's just as much as a demon. But anyway, y'all watch the video. Tell me what you think.
I'm going to let it roll through and I'll stop. I'll go to the next thing.
Move. Turn around. Get out of my chair. And then he sits down. Did you see that with his left hand? Look, it's going to play again. Let me get a little closer.
See, he never touched her on the back. He was
Get out of my
waving
chair.
a demon out the way there and telling him to get out of his chair.
Okay. He
Hey,
walks
another
up.
thing. Do y'all notice this? Y'all see these? Look at these evil looking shadows right here. See all these evil looking shadows? Look, that looks like an evil shadow of something like kind of standing there. You know what I mean? See the shadowing? I'm just saying it looks evil to me. I don't know. Like there's demons all around or something.
Hate when it does that. He walks up, pushing something. Look, she's leaning forward, his hand's still moving. He's pushing something. He turns around. Something's in my chair. I'm surprised. What? Get out of my chair. And he moves. And he sits down. There was a demon sitting there, y'all. I'm going to tell you, Satan walks on this earth. Okay, and he's got minions
attention to what happens at the
Show you
empty
another
table.
video, but I'm gonna play that one more time.
Yeah, let's look at the empty table.
She's leaning forward, right hand still moving, pushing something away. Get out of my chair. Watch his right hand.
Does kind of look like something
then his
moved on
left
that
hand.
table, didn't it?
Get out of my chair. Oh man, these people are Satanists, y'all. Okay.
All right, that's enough of that. But anyway, so y'all just, what do y'all think? I mean, do y'all believe that? I know some people here, and maybe not in chat, but I mean, that comes to my channel. I know that some of you are non-believers, and that's fine. We're friends, and that's okay. We talk, and that's fine. And some of you are. But to the believers, I believe in demons. The Bible says they're real, and what if it wasn't a demon? What was it? A ghost? Maybe a friendly ghost? Somebody that hangs out with him is his only friend? I don't know. But he was gesturing to something. Can we agree that he was gesturing to something? You're not evil enough to sit there. Yeah, that's right, Eric. You're not evil enough to sit in my chair, boy. Louie, what's up, buddy? What's going on? Good to see you back. So y'all tell me what do y'all think it might be? I mean, I don't know. But anyway, so we are not supposed to give place to be on moment of your time. Well, we are not supposed to give a place to be on. I'm lost about that one. Wayne, the whole damn picture looks it does look evil, don't it? I'm telling you, because listen, they're evil on both sides. I'm not saying there ain't good on both sides and bad on both sides, because there is. But there are good men and women on both sides that, are against, are for good. You know what I mean? And then of course there's bad on both sides that are for bad. And we're the guinea pigs. You know what I mean? This whole experiment, we're the guinea pigs. We're the ones that get beat, battered, torn, ripped apart. And here they are. I just showed y'all that it's patented. So what do y'all think about that? Okay, this is not new. This is not new. Okay, the first case of it was 2003. Okay, this is not new. The first case was in 2003, y'all. Okay, so you see it right here in 2003. Okay, so this is when they made it. They put it out, and then remember last year when that guy that worked for Harvard, that professor, got caught stealing biochemicals, weapons, and was trying to smuggle them out of the country. Okay, this is what they do. Now think about this. Y'all say, why would they do this? Okay, every 2 years there's an election of some sort, whether it's Congress. Every 4 years is the president. Every 2 years is Congress, Senate, and stuff like that, right? Every 2 years, do you realize that every 2 years they come out with a new sickness, okay? And they come out with a bunch of news stories where everybody's going to die. Remember Ebola? Remember SARS? Remember the swine flu? Remember, it's matter of fact, I'll bring it. It's like every 2 years for the last 10 voting cycles, there's an outbreak that around this time that comes out, and what they do is they put it out on purpose, and it's to do a couple of things. It's to hurt whoever's in office at that time, to make them look bad, like they can't control or help the people. 1, 2, it's also to generate funds to go into their pockets. Okay, think about this. They have already donated or took $2.5 billion of U.S. tax money and has distributed it to other countries. It's already happened this week. $2.5 billion so far, and they're wanting to give them another $8 billion over the next few months is what they're trying to get past right now. Some of these people. Okay, so one, why are we on the hook for these billions to go to these other countries? These other countries are rich. A lot of these other countries are rich, and I'm not saying all of them are, and we should help, but why should we be on the hook for something that was manufactured by CHI, the country, and they didn't tell us about it for a month after they released this thing, and they deliberately sent people, or let people fly off knowing that they was infected so they could bring down the global economy. Because we're on a central banking system, y'all. We're on the fiat dollar, the petrodollar, all the above. We're on more than one banking system, and it's the central banking system and the United European Union and all that, and it's controlled. It's controlled by many different fashions of very rich people that are in charge of the banking system. Our Fed is not ran by the government. Okay, the Fed is something that Roosevelt turned our economy over to. It's a totally ran entity on its own. It really has barely any oversight at all. I mean, when's the last time they've had any kind of oversight? Okay, so the Fed, they call it the Fed, so it sounds like it's the government, and we all believe that, okay, it's a good thing. It's not. They dictate our lives and where our money goes and everything else through the interest rates that they fake, or tighten, or their quantitative tightening and things that they do. They manipulate everything. So here's what's happening. Okay, all these trade deals are good for us now. They're good for the United States. All these trade deals. No, you're right, Eric. You ain't never gonna find one. All these trade deals that's going on, the USMCA with Mexico and China, with Mexico and Canada, the trade deal that he just signed, the phase 1 of the China deal, man, that is great. Boris Johnson just got UK and the Brexit. We're getting ready to sign a deal with him soon. They're working out a deal with that. Y'all don't even understand, or you probably do. I don't mean to say it like that. Some of you may not understand what great turnaround that's going to be for the United States. Manufacturing. Do you realize that within the last 3 years, 12,000 factories have reopened, and some companies have came back here in the United States, and more are coming because of these trade deals and these tax cuts? The economy is booming right now. So how do we combat that? Okay, what's been happening to China? Look at, I shouldn't have said it. Look what's been happening to their economy though. Okay, it's been tanking because of the tariffs. It's been tanking because they're finally paying us tax like they should. We're paying them. They're not paying us nothing, okay? All right, so finally they are paying something. So their economy is tanking. So now what? How do they get money? How do they get money from us? How do they level their economy back out? How do they pay their bills? Okay, what do? They do this. They send this out, and they send sick people all over the country, all over the world. And then countries are getting sick. Now check this out. Now, are they really getting sick? Or is it just the regular flu that people die, that 30 to 70,000 people a year die of? Some of this is hype, because some of these people who they're saying may have this COR virus really only has the everyday influenza flu, which, don't get me wrong, I'm sad when someone dies of it. Again, upwards of 70,000 people die from 36,000 people died from it last year. That happens every year. On any given year, 12,000 people is going to die from it at least. That's what the CDC says. 36,000 people died last year, and I believe I said it was 2017 with 66,000 people died. It's going to happen every year. So why are we panicking about this one? Because 1, it's man-made. 2, they deliberately done it. And 3, they're wanting you to panic. So that way, when all these people are calling their congressmen and all this crap, they're going up there and they're saying, oh, we need you to do this. We need to buy these masks. We need this. We need that. So now business is being generated overseas. People are trying to come up with medicines to fix this. They're rushing that. They're getting millions of dollars. Well, they just gave $550 million to one company to try to find a cure. Okay, $550 million. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Why are they finding a cure for something they made? Why did they make it? Why did they patent it? Why? Why would they do that? Why would they patent something and use it against us later? Why even make it? See, that's what people don't realize, is that this goes all the way back even to World War II. After the war, when a lot of German scientists came here to the States, the government used them to make a lot of, like even some of these cancers, look it up. Some cancers have patents. You know why? Because they made them. And they was trying to use things like this as war weapons, you know, just like Agent Orange, okay? Now the money's flowing again. Their coffers are getting full again, because guess what happens when like this $2.5 billion that got sent out, where does it go? It goes to all these little nonprofit organizations throughout these countries, who then decide where the money is going to get distributed. And if you look, if you was to chase it down and do the paperwork and the chase where all the money went, which you never be able to, you'll find that most of it's going in their pockets. And filling back the politicians' pockets, because that's how it goes, okay? That's how these politicians get paid all this money. A lot of it is their kids are sitting on boards. Let me tell you, John Kerry's kid sits on a board of a corrupt thing. Well, actually, you know what? Let me take that back. I think John Kerry's son is the one who actually told on Joe Biden's son, if I remember correctly. So I might have had that wrong, and I don't want to spread fake news. He was Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden's partner. And I'm sorry, I did get that wrong. He left. Well, he didn't leave, but he said no, he wasn't going to do business with the Ukrainians. Joe Biden's son did, and the other guy did. So that's what happened. I'm sorry. So Joe Biden's son sits on a corrupt board. He gets $3 million, which gets funneled down. Some of it goes to, most of it goes to his father, I'm sure, but some of it goes to him. And that's how it's done. Nancy Pelosi, look it up. It's not me saying it, it's the truth. Nancy Pelosi's son also, that's right, Oregon Road, follow the money. Nancy Pelosi's son also, her son sits on a corrupt Ukraine board. Why are these American kids sitting on these congressmen sitting on the boards of these corrupt governments? The one of the most corrupt countries in the world was the Ukraine. I think they was like the top 3 of 10 top 10 countries. They was like number 3 in the world of corruption. And but now things are being opened back up. That's another reason why you see, of course, Joe Biden's a crooked, corrupt person anyway, and he's crazy. But all these gaffes he keeps coming up with, like the other day, he said, "Oh, I'm running for U.S. Senate," and then he said, "Super Thursday when it's Super Tuesday," and then he says, "I'm in Iowa when I'm in Chicago or wherever, or I'm in Texas when I'm in South Carolina." He's coming up with all these gaffes and he's making all these mistakes. Do y'all believe it's because it's accident, or he's getting old, or because it's on purpose? I totally believe it's on purpose, because when people start getting arrested, he's showing that what he's trying to do is show that he can't remember. He's having a bad memory. He's making all these mistakes, and over the next few months, he's not gonna be, the one that ends up running. It's going to be Hillary or Michael Obama that ends up running for president. Even if they come in under his vice president, if they come in as going to be his vice president, as he's running, he's going to come up with this illness, and then he's going to say, "I'm sick, I'm going to step out," and then Hillary or Michael's going to continue to run and try to be president. And so, and then before he gets arrested, or after he gets arrested, he's going to be saying, "Oh," and he's going to have some corrupt doctor that they've already got lined up right now to say, "Yeah, he's got dementia. He can't remember nothing." Because in the United States, you can't charge a man who don't know what he's being charged for. You know what I mean? I mean, how can you charge a man for something that, he's got dementia, he don't remember, right? Y'all think about that. Yeah, Camo Hunter, you ain't lying about that. Yes, that's right, Eric Johnson. They are man-made. I could pull up the patents on them. Listen, Google patents. U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Here it is right here. You can look up anything you want. If it's a patent in the United States, it's right here. If you want to find a patent in another country, Google patents or kimpub.com. The patents are here. It's public record. You can find them. If you want to stay asleep and believe that, people like me as conspiracy theorists, well, believe it. But I'm going to tell you this. It's not a conspiracy theory if you can prove it. Diminished capacity. That's right, Dave. See, that's what they call it. My father died from Agent Orange. He done wow, Eric Johnson, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm going to tell you right now, one of the men who was a positive, and I'm not even sure, I wish I knew the answer to this question, but I know as of 10 years ago, he was still alive. His name was Frank Sangalo, and he did tours in Vietnam, and he had Agent Orange. But I'm going to tell you what, he's part of the reason why I don't believe nothing the government says. He told me when I was a kid, he said, son, let me tell you, I don't ever want to hear you say that man walked on the moon. And I don't want to ever hear you say that you believe Richard Nixon talked to a man on the moon from a dang telephone in his office, because that didn't happen. And I didn't ever understand what he meant till years later when I realized they faked the moon landing, which I'll probably get I might even get my channel taken down for saying that. But, the truth is the truth. If I do, y'all have my phone number, 843-554-4336. Y'all feel free to call me. DuPont made Agent Orange. Right, exactly. Well, look, listen, did y'all know? And I'll bring these stories to you too. Y'all believe, listen, well, all right, I got a couple things to say, and then I'm going to head back to work. My break is about coming up. We are working tonight. I got Fred and Roger painting, and I'm going to go give them a break here in a little bit. So I'm going back to work. But let me say a few more things. One, do y'all believe that the United States is a country, a republic, or a corporation? Give me ones if you think it's a country, two if you think it's a republic, or three if you think it's a corporation. And then I'll give you the answer. Please play. I will. I'll play it. Okay, give me just a second. 4. Okay, 3. Exactly. It's a corporation. No, Louis, it's not because Donald Trump thinks it is. Everything ain't Donald Trump. Boy, you got TDS real bad, don't you, my brother? I still love you, though. But no, it's not that. It's a corporation because it is a corporation. The United States is a corporation, okay? It was enacted a corporation. I don't remember what year, but I'll bring you that story, too. Everything ain't Donald Trump's fault, though. I'll tell you that. A lot of stuff is his fault, but not everything, and surely not that. But anyway, let me play Taz's show video. I'm sorry, guys. Let me get to that. Louis. See, Louis knows I love him. He likes to aggravate me, but that's okay. I can take it. He's my brother. He does it because he thinks he's getting my goat, but he ain't. Don't bother me. I don't care what you think about Donald Trump. I don't care what anybody thinks about anybody except for me. I want everybody like me. If you don't, I'll stick my tongue at you. Man, I hate this stupid computer. I swear to God. I shouldn't say I swear to God. That's not right. Come on. Man, this aggravating computer. Y'all bear with me when I can get control of my stupid computer back. I'll take it. All right. I don't know what's going on. Let me try this then. There we go, finally. Hate this stupid computer. Alright. Let me go in here. I love you too, buddy. I know you like giving me a hard time. It's alright. I hate you so fucking lose kicks reviews and I get to inspect your tongue. You can hate me all you want. I still love you. All right. Is this it right here? This ain't Taz News Tacoma. I'm sorry, I must have got the wrong one. I'll watch this, no problem. Let me, since I told Taz I'd play his first, let me go to find his. Somebody got it real quick and post it in the lower chat. That's not it. Okay, I'm sorry. There, it's a sport. It's a sport. Yeah, I don't look. I love everybody, man. Y'all don't. None of y'all don't bother me. Y'all can cut up all you want. You can even be serious. I still love you. It don't matter. I don't really get hurt feelings like that, guys and girls. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I want to be liked, but if you don't like me, oh well, booey for you. That being said, let me go up and find this. I think everybody wants to be liked. Well, most people. Anyway. Oh, I can't go up no further. Can somebody post it again real quick? It won't let me go up far enough to... Oh, is that it? Vet Tech Kimmy? Thank you. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Y'all are awesome.
Hey guys, this is Taz News Tacoma.
Right.
Yesterday I was heading over to pick up my wife from the Tacoma Mall, and I had my 3 grandchildren in the back of the car. A guy came out of the mall parking lot, flying down the center lane. I was in the closest lane to the center lane. He decides he's just coming over, ends up running me into the curb.
Wow.
Blows out both my passenger side tires. My car slides sideways in front of his. I get out of the car. He backs up his car, hits me with his car. I roll up on his hood. He takes off. I take off after him. I get him stopped at the Krispy Kreme donuts. I get out of the car. I'm yelling at him. I wanted to beat his ass, but I called the cops. The cops come out, and I'm walking up to explain to them what had happened. They see the holster of my gun. I've already explained to the 911 operator I didn't have a gun on me. I lift up my sweatshirt to show them that I didn't have a gun.
Lucky
They
they didn't
tackle
shoot
me,
you.
throw me to the ground,
Wow.
cuff me up, keep their knees in my back. Well, you'll see the video. I've been trying to get more of the video, but this is what I've got now. So take a look.
Taz, I'm sorry, bub. That sucks.
These are the 2 officers that threw me to the ground. They're from the Tacoma PD. Give them a call.
This guy runs him and the grandkids off the road and then is gonna leave because he came out a wrong entrance.
You was the victim being victimized. Okay, give me a minute.
Jasmine,
Okay.
he's having a seizure. Jasmine, can you see his grandkids? He has seizures, sir, so just let him get through it. He'll be fine.
Turn him on his side. Turn him on his side.
Undo his handcuffs, please.
I can't.
He's not gonna run.
Can you put up his hood? Can you put up his hood so his head's not on the ground?
I'll always be your friend, Louis.
I know. And then he's the one who gets sideswiped and the
You're
guy's
right
gonna
about
take
that,
off.
Patricia.
So he's trying to
Thank y'all
tell him
for,
what got up, and they just immediately
following
went to
each other's
spaz
channels.
mode.
Which car was he in, the red one?
Or the red one.
Okay. And you were with them?
No, I was at work at Macy's, and he came to pick
Eric,
me up.
that's funny.
And
I do
this
that
guy
sometimes
came
too.
out
I'm
where the
like, oh, I gotta
construction
go
is,
back
flying
down.
out, and it was either hit him or hit the curb, so all of his wheels got popped.
You don't want any part of this. Just go on, yeah.
Can you record what's going on with your phone? She's on the phone with the ambulance. Okay.
We've already
Who's laughing? Oh, I see, yeah. I don't know.
This is such crap, dude. What a travesty.
Do me a favor, take my phone, it's recording it, just like on the cops and on town. I'm not gonna communicate.
Ma'am, we've already called the ambulance.
Well, we're calling him more. Seriously.
People wonder why cops are hated. Well, they'll shoot somebody 9 or 10 times and then put the cuffs on them. They'll be lying there dying and then cuff them. Like they're going to get up, walk, and chase after them and do something to them. Every time you see a cop shoot somebody, they cuff them.
And no one's doing anything, they're just standing here. They won't turn his handcuffs around him. They won't do nothing. They're just letting him lay here.
Oh, that's your
He just
brother?
had a whole seizure.
Wow, and the cops ain't even trying to help.
This is Tacoma Police.
Taz, I'm so sorry, brother. I pray for you, man. I'm so upset.
Oh, you got some good boy.
Jose, Sal's off. You still in here? John, what's up, my friend? Thank you for coming back. Appreciate you showing up. Make sure you smash that like button. Please. Yeah, man. That guy in that red shirt's awesome, man.
Like, why is he still on
To
the
give him
ground?
some props. He got a channel?
He didn't have a gun.
You got victimized. That guy hits you. You trying to talk to the cops. They slam you to the ground, handcuff an innocent man, y'all. Y'all think you're living in a free country? No, you're living in a corporation. A corporation of thugs. You're really living in a prison inside of a prison.
Mom, let me see my phone. Here, Mom. Hello.
Idiots, man.
So my husband there, cause he goes out and defends police and stuff like that for police brutality and stuff like that. And he didn't have a holster or a gun or anything, and somebody had just hit him with a car, and they thought that my uncle had a gun. So they just slammed him on the ground and everything, and put him in handcuffs, and
It is a trip, man. It came
talking
on.
about
And it's a small world. And this, you know, we watch videos of people getting violated every day, but this is a brother. This is 10,000 Leagues to Go. People, someone we know and love. He's an auditor. He's a good guy. He didn't deserve this. He got violated. And his tax money's paying the man that's violating him.
He said what? It was a wreck. He just hit him. Like, he just hit him in the car. It was a wreck. So, the dude thought he had a gun or something, and the police came in and, like, 4 cops.
It blows my mind.
To my uncle and laid him down.
And look,
Told him that he didn't have a gun.
cop after cop after cop. They've already searched him. He has no gun. Why won't they take the handcuffs off to help this poor man that just had a seizure? You know how uncomfortable it is for him right now to be sitting the way he is with his hands behind his back. His hands are all probably wrists all in a lot of pain from the metal handcuffs. These thugs. The first cop violated his rights, and every other one that sits there and watches this is also violating his rights. Oath breakers. Oh yeah, $500 million a year of our tax money goes to murder babies, bro. You make no mistake, Dave, so I'm all hating about that. Jose Salzos, you still here? That's not. Snoopy G, thank you for subscribing. Subscribe back to you. You ought to come into the chat, Snoopy G, so I can subscribe back to you.
Dad, what do you want to do with this?
Now, please make sure y'all are checking out these new channels that came in the chat tonight. And please make sure that y'all are going to their channels and following them. Show them some love. Let's help everybody grow to 1,000. That's our goal.
It's freezing.
Hey, I'm right here. And all your stuff. So what happened?
You said what? You got Mississippi?
No, Eric, he just plays one on TV. I'm so funny.
You said what?
Man, that man, I'm gonna tell you right now, that bothers me, bro, big time. I mean, you know, it's excuse me, it's to see everyday people that you don't know on video getting terrorized by cops is one thing, but to see somebody that you know and love and you've been watching their videos for months and things like that, and you get to know them and they come in your chat and you chat with them and all, it's a whole nother when it hits close to home. At least it bothers me really bad. Yeah, I hope you sue them too. They're probably going to say, oh, well, yeah, he had a poster on him, so we had to check just to make sure that, you know, we had 9 or 10 people here with all kind of guns and weapons and bulletproof vests, but he just had a holster. And so we was scared of that holster, you know, and so you can't really do nothing to us. We did everything by the book, man. So anyway, that being said, that's the last video I had for tonight. So there you go, Snoopy G. All right, I'm gonna make you a mod. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate you being here. Couldn't unhandcuff, but let his bro touch him. Right, exactly. I mean, it's right. He's a big threat. It's really just unbelievable. They do it because they sit there while he was laying face down with his handcuffs behind his back and his brother trying to help him out. They was all laughing on the inside. They are literally Satanists. Okay, most of them, and I'm not gonna say all of them because again, I want to tell y'all I know a few people in law enforcement. Now they're not beat cops like this. They're different type of law enforcement. Okay, but they are, and they're good people. They don't treat people like this, and they're not these type of cops anyway. So they would never treat anybody like this. But so I do know there are a couple good people out there. But to watch this happen to somebody who got in an accident that got plowed into by somebody else who ran. If y'all look at my video from today, or maybe was it today or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. The video I did last night. My days run together sometime. Of my other work van, Fred, the van that Fred drives, where I got hit by a drunk driver. Okay, now that guy lost his truck and he's gone. The guy that hit me, he jumped out and ran, and the police got his truck, but he was from Mexico, and so I don't know if he went back there or not, but he never came to get his truck, because when he comes to get his truck, he's actually got charges against him because he hit me, hit and run with injury, okay? And then he had 2 counts of that because he hit me in North Charleston, South Carolina, and then when I chased him and finally caught him, he hit me again. He hit me when I kind of went over it because I went around him and got him to go up in these people's yard. He tried to go between my truck and the tree, and he slammed into the right side. And then he hit me again. Then he backed up and he backed up into the trailer I was pulling, and he stalled the truck, and he jumped out and ran. So that was 2 felony charges for hit and run with injury. Okay, felony hit and run with injury in 2 separate counties or cities. Then, but not only that, when he hit me and we slid up onto the sidewalk, his truck made contact with a pedestrian that was walking down the sidewalk and knocked him for a loop. So he had another charge of hit and run with injury of a pedestrian. So he's facing several charges. And I could have been killed that night. And I had Josh with me, an employee at the time. I had him with me. He could have been killed, And but the guy, he's never been found. Because if this is like 3.5, almost 4 years now, and he's never been found, because if he was found, then he would get arrested, and then they would call me, and we'd end up going to court and all that other stuff on the felony hit and run. Now I don't, I was mad at the time. I wouldn't probably even, I don't know how I'd handle that. I mean, he could have killed me, dude. So. But I don't know how to handle that. I don't hold no grudges like that. So probably at the time I would have been for justice and putting him in jail and all that. But I don't know. And if I wouldn't put him in jail now, am I stupid for saying that because he's going to go out and hurt somebody else? So I don't know. Yeah. Exactly. Well, no, actually he had insurance though. That was the thing, Dave. See, so he luckily did have insurance, and but I got peanuts, and they was gonna drag it out, and I finally just told them. They kept making little stupid offers, and I finally just accepted to get it over with, and it wasn't near enough, and but it was dragging on and on and on, and so anyway. But well, see, now here's the thing, Wayne. That's the thing. We're South Carolina is also a sanctuary city, believe it or not, and we're not named as one, but we are one because you can get I'm not gonna lie. I have friends that are DACA. They are, and they're here. My government lets them be here, and I'm not going to not be friends with them. They're good people. I love them. You know what I mean? They really are. I've known them since 2004, and they're good, really good Christian people. And, you know, and so, you know, but the thing is, but they are. They don't give them license here. Okay, you can't go here in South Carolina they can't go get a driver's license, but to protect other drivers, they can go get insurance and registration, because again, that pays the state, you know, and they get property tax for the vehicle they're driving. So they can legally, without a license here, go down, buy a car from a car lot if they'll sell them one. And a lot of them do, or they can buy a car off of Craigslist or off the side of the road. They can go down to the DMV, and they have a South Carolina ID, no driver's license, South Carolina ID, but they'll get a registration in that identification's name. They'll go down to the go down to the insurance and get insurance for it and everything. And I think that's a good thing, because at least it protects people like me. But now this guy was actually, his truck was registered insured out of Texas anyway. But still, I guess that was another place that does the same thing. Yeah, Snoop. Yeah, let me go rub you too. Make sure where's Snoop at? Make sure I rub Snoop. If I haven't got everybody, I will go show everybody some love. Let me go to your channel. I'll do it right now. Yep, all right. I'm your 16th follower, Snoopy. Thank you for being a part of our family. Oh, I see. Let's see something here. See something. Bear with me a second. What's $200 in your currency? $10 a month? Is that what you said? Okay, so I'm subscribed to Snoopy G. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. There was a reason why I did that. Why I pulled it up. Hold on, let's see if I can see it. It comes up again. Dang, there was something long. Oh yeah, there you go. I don't know if a lot of you guys and gals know Questionable Authority, but this is an excellent auditor. And listen, some of you smaller channels, he is a super great guy, okay? He will literally help you out if you ask him to. He doesn't mind. You go to his channel, go to his, and he posts, sometimes you can find his email address. He's got 16,000, almost 17,000 subscribers. If you go, I'm going to show y'all a video he did for me. If you go to his channel, one of his last videos, or if you can find his email address and go to it and type in there, say, hey, can you contact me? Give him an email address or a phone number, or just say, hey, can you go to my channel? here's this video, tell them the names of the videos. Here's this video, this video, and this video. Can you take them videos and make a video for me, an intro video for me, promoting my channel? He will. And I'll show you the one he did for me when I was a smaller channel and wasn't able to go live. I was trying to get enough watch hours, and listen, when I started my channel, that was before they did, it was like 2 months before they did the 4,000 watch hours. I went live. I was going live every day. Y'all can look at my first videos. And then all of a sudden, I was like, dang, I couldn't go live no more. And then I found out they changed it to 1,000. I was going live with 5 subscribers. Let me find that video. Ain't have it. Oh, wait. I went back too far. Hold on. But yeah, he's a real good guy. And he helps smaller channels, dude. And he helped me grow. I gained a lot of followers because of it. And he's got a lot of his own videos. He's a really good auditor. Oh, there it is. Check it out. And this is one of my second or third audit when the cop threatened to arrest me for trespassing when I didn't know that he couldn't. See, here in South Carolina, they can't trespass you from private property. It has to be state, leased, rented, or owned, state or county. This was a private business, but I didn't know it. I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to go to jail. Plus, I usually got my dogs with me. So hold on. Gosh darn it.
Practices.
I hate this stupid computer, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. All right, bear with me. But yeah, you need to definitely reach out to this guy here, smaller channels. Watch the video he did for me. It's pretty cool.
Hello, fellow freedom fighters. I want to introduce you to Swamp Fox Audits, another YouTube channel attempting to expose the authoritarian practices of our masters in government and its enforcers. This channel needs your support to beat censorship and be able to broadcast live when filming order followers and other members of the ruling class. Links to his channel and the unedited version of this video are in the description. Go check him out and make sure to subscribe while you're there to get him over the 1,000 subscriber threshold for going live on YouTube. While you're checking out the links in the description, remember, one of the most important parts of a voluntary society is letting your voice be heard. If we aren't forced against our will to support things, we shouldn't just do it out of convenience.
See, I only had 381 subs at that time he did that video.
I challenge each and every one of you. If you're unhappy with the censorship and control over our lives Silicon Valley has,
awesome.
tell them what's the most valuable thing you have for them.
That's right, Dave. See, we are
all of the
made
metadata about you that's associated with it. Go check out Steemit or BitChute and get an account on one or both and start following me there and using those services. Encourage others to do the same. On Steemit, you can even earn cryptocurrency for doing the same thing you do here on YouTube and on Facebook. Hitting the thumbs up and contributing to content by commenting on videos and posts.
Demanding accountability and defending your rights against the police specifically, and the government generally, are difficult and dangerous tasks. Your right to watch the government and record what you see is a natural right that is protected by the Constitution, and it cannot be taken away by the government.
Okay, now I got it. I know what's going on over here. Got another one pulling up right here. I'm gonna pull it around a couple times. Hey, how you doing, sir? I'm filming. Yeah, good. Yeah, I hope that y'all do that. If our tax money buys all them cameras, we sure want y'all to use them. No, not yet. No, sir. Supreme Court says as long as I'm 12 to 15 feet away, I'm good. Supreme Court's ruled on that. You can look it up. You can look it up online. You got Google, right? Okay, well, look on your computer and then go to Google.
Bye, Eric, bud. Thank you for showing up, buddy. I appreciate you hanging out.
No, sir. Well, how far you want me to go, sir? Be reasonable.
Love you, brother. Be safe. Keep ripping them tunes.
Okay, then I'll go to Burger King. It's open. And I got Super Zoom.
Super Zoom.
Yeah. Hey, please call your sergeant out here. I'd like to talk to him. Because you're actually telling me something Supreme Court's already ruled on. Okay? Hey, there is no public. In public, what's that? Yeah. You can threaten me with jail, but I want to see your supervisor. Okay, now I'm going to Super Zoom. Okay, so I have you on Zoom, so I'm not going
Good night,
home on
Patricia.
Burger King
Thank you
parking
for
lot.
being here,
So
darling.
please call your supervisor. I would like to see your supervisor, please. Yeah, okay. You're not going to call me your supervisor? Because I'd like to see him because you're actually telling me something that is not law. I need him to educate you. Huh? I'm not interfering, sir. Supreme Court has ruled.
Here he comes stomping across now. He asked me a question, then he got mad when I answered him.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, Super Zoom. Well, what I meant was, see, at that time I had a Note 4, a Galaxy Note 4, and it had, I think, 10 times zoom, which was really good zoom.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he's a jerk. He come over there, and of course I had my 3 dogs in the car at the
I'm
time.
going to stop this again since I'm trying to keep these videos promoting smaller channels around 5 minutes. I just can't help
He come over there and threatened to arrest me if I didn't leave him alone. Let him do his job.
Dangerous their job is. That they're out there keeping us safe from dangerous criminals. This couldn't be anything
right,
but
Louis.
the truth. They don't prevent or stop real crimes from happening. You know, the ones with actual victims.
All right, Louis, you want me to tell you what? You want me to tell you what Trump did, good or bad? He's done a lot of good. He's done some things bad. Okay? Okay, the economy. All right? And don't say, oh, jobs was going up under Obama. That's a lie. They wasn't. And they was, but they wasn't. Let me explain to you why they wasn't. Okay? All right. The reason the job numbers went up under Obama was because he enacted an illegal law called Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. All right. What that did when he, with the stroke of a pen, went against the Constitution and enacted a law that he had no legal right to do, he mandated that all companies that had over 50 employees pay for their insurance. If they had 51 to 1 million employees, they had to buy everybody insurance. And if they didn't, they was going to get fined and be in all kind of trouble if they was full-time employees. But if they wasn't full-time, if they was making 30 hours or less, they didn't have to buy the insurance. So what happened? Companies who had like 55 to 60 employees, well, them 5 to 10 employees, they got fired. They lost their jobs. They went to 4 or 11. They went to 49 because they said, well, in order for us to stay in business, because I can't buy 59 employees or 60 employees or 61 employees insurance, I'm going to have to let 10 or 11 of you go. So I'll be at 49 and I can keep everybody else working full time. So that sucked. Some of them people lost their job. Now, then people had to go out and find a job, okay, or a part-time job. Also, the big companies who had over 50 employees who couldn't just do that, and they had thousands of employees, well, they couldn't afford to buy everybody's insurance. It's not possible. All countries who try it fail, and I'm going to go through the countries that fail. But, okay, let's get back to what happened. So, all these companies with thousands and thousands and thousands of employees who had a full-time job, making 40 hours or better a week. Now they got cut to 30 hours a week. They can't afford to pay their bills on 30 hours a week when they've been making 40 hours a week. So what happened? They went and got a second job. So Obama took a full-time job, one full-time job, and created 2 part-time jobs. Okay? So that's not job creation. When you have a full-time job if you was able to keep that full-time job and didn't need that second job, the job numbers wouldn't have went up. But because so many millions of people had to go get a second job, it looked like the job numbers was getting better. They was still low, but they looked like they was, you know, higher than what you would think. They're not 7 million jobs. 7 million jobs have been created in the last 3 years, okay, because of Donald Trump's policies, because of what he's doing with the trade, what he's doing with the tax cuts, what he's doing with regulation cuts. The Keystone Pipeline, he signed that to open the XL Pipeline, ANWR. I mean, we're the largest exporter of petroleum now, okay? We're the largest exporter. First time in years that's happened. We don't have to rely on any other country anymore. All the other countries that have oil and natural gas can tell us to kiss their behind, okay? Do I think he's a moral man? No, I don't. But you ask me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you the honest to God's truth, okay? I'm a businessman. I see what goes on. My state has the lowest unemployment on record. My state's lowest unemployment in history is 2.1% statewide. The city that I live next to is 1.1% unemployment in North Charleston. North Charleston is a place that used to have high unemployment. That is great, and it's because of the booming economy, because of the tax cut, the regulation cuts, and now our companies can go to work. Companies are moving to Charleston. We've had several car plants open here. Volvo's open here. Porsche, Volvo, BMW. I'm trying to think of the name of that other one. I think Audi. It might be, no, Subaru. No, I think it is Audi. Whatever it is. They just built a big old gigantic Volvo plant right here off of I-26. I mean, this stuff is, you know, the economy is booming. You can make no mistake. Right, Wayne Rogers, that's right. The job numbers did look like they was going up, but the economy was crashing. Obama was the first president in U.S. history. Y'all can look it up. Don't believe me now. I always tell y'all, don't take me as what I say fact. I'm telling y'all not to watch the news. Go dig it up for yourself, and you'll find that what I'm saying is true. Obama is the first president in U.S. history not to hit 3% GDP all 8 years. He never made 3% GDP for the year. He's the first president not to do that. Even Jimmy Carter hit 3% GDP. He was deliberately trying to bring this country down. And then, of course, if Hillary got in office, she was going to finish. They had a 16-year plan. Okay? These demon rats that are in here, they're trying to destroy this country. You can make no mistake about it. And, you know, I don't believe any man's a perfect man, but look, they're taking my money. I'm going to vote. You can make no mistake about it. And I'm going to vote for the best that's for this country as far as, you know, what's going on. Do I think does he lie? I think he lies all the time. He lied about Mike Bloomberg wanting to stand on a box. You know, and that Mike Bloomberg never said he wanted a box to stand up there, but it was funny. And he knew it was a dig. But was it a lie? Yeah. Now, is there any such thing as a little white lie? No, all lies are lies. Okay. But is it a lie that's going to impact me? No. Now, did he say something that I didn't like about the military when he killed Soleimani? I'm glad he did. That terrorist needed to be killed. But when he said nobody got hurt or they had little headaches, and then some of us got bad head injuries, I didn't like that. So yeah, he says stupid stuff sometimes. He's a man. We all make mistakes. We all say stupid stuff. We have some farms here. Well, right now, Hank, the economy's booming here in South Carolina. I mean, jobs are everywhere, dude. They're paying astronomical amounts of money. You can walk on job sites around here and make just just cleaning up, making like $13 an hour. A lot of the fast food restaurants around here are closing down because they can't find good enough employees who will work for $8 or $9 an hour because they can all walk on a job. I mean, you can go get a job at a gas station now. Most gas stations starting you off around here at $10 to $12 an hour to work at a convenience store behind the counter when that used to be an $8, $9 an hour job. That's what you would top out at. I knew people who'd start off at a convenience store at minimum wage, 25 an hour, and after 4 years, they finally making $9, you know. And but now they starting out at $10 to $12 an hour. I cleaned up and made around 16. That's awesome. That's awesome. I went to trade school and still put hours through a temp agency. Hey man, listen, anything you can do, even though the job was, you know, I don't know where you're at, but one thing that I can tell anybody is that if you can save enough money to go get you a powerful enough pressure washer, they sell pressure washers at Lowe's for $1,100 out the door. If you can get you one of those and get you a $300 32-foot extension ladder, and you got your little truck to paddle around in and get you some crud cutter pressure washing concentrate, don't use no bleach and tear people's houses up, you can go make you mad money pressure washing. I'm going to tell you right now. Shoot. People love to get their house, especially in places like this, because we're a swamp land, you know, we're low country, and so mildew grows here fast. People get their house washed every year. So they're fanatics about it down here. If you can't come down here and start your own little business and be within 2 years have 2 or 3 employees out there running around right now with this economy, then you ain't trying. Yep, blowout sprinkler systems. Yep. I hear you, Hank. I wish I had a way to help you there, man. I mean, if you can get, I'll tell you what, if you could get a passport somehow and come here on a work visa or something, I'd be glad to give you some work. I help anybody wants to work. You make no mistake about that. Hank, here, I'll give you my email address. You can email me if you would like. What's up, baby girl? My little baby dog coming up here. What? You see I'm busy, right? She's like, I don't care. You be busy. That's my email address. You're welcome to email me. Quit watching Fox News. I don't watch no Fox News. You quit watching CNN, you crackhead. I love you, Louie. I don't have to watch. Look, I don't have to watch no news. I research for myself. You should see that through my videos, number one. Number two, I can see with my own eyes. I know where our economy was from 2008 to 2016, okay? All right? And I know what's happened from 2016 to now, okay? I don't have to watch Fox News. I can look it up. I can look everything up myself. I don't need no one to tell me anything, because anything that a news agency has, all a news agency does is do a little now most of them these days are lying. They're just telling all kind of lies and stories. But even the ones that are true news and they're out, you know what they do? They research. They research stories and they bring facts, or maybe they're not facts, maybe they are lies, but you know, so that's all they're doing is doing research. You can do the same research they do, the same websites they go to, the same government websites they go to, the same Freedom of Information Act things you can do. You can do the same thing they do. You don't have to rely on somebody, a talking box, a talking head. I don't care what Sean Hannity on Fox or Don Lemon on CNN or MSN, what's his name? What's that? Bloomberg got, not Bloomberg, Como. I don't care what Como's got to say. I don't care what any of them's got to say. Okay. Now I do watch a few videos when they pop up if it's got a good storyline to hear what they got to say, but I don't care. I don't pay no attention to that. I don't voice my opinion on that. Quit watching Fox News, brother. Yeah, right. ABC always boosting communism. That's right. They're all the same. I don't know why you're saying anything about Fox News when CNN and Fox News work together. You don't know that the owners of Fox News has contracts and stock in the owners of CNN? Come on, man. You know better than that. You know they all work together. It's a propaganda machine to keep us all believing the lies. Anyway, all right. Listen, I gotta get back to work. Okay, I love you all. I'm gonna let y'all have a minute to say your goodbyes, and then I'm gonna get my shoes on and head back to work. I want y'all. It's a something we got two different, but that's cool. What's we running for Democrat, Republican, and Democrat? I got 15 kids here too. Well, if you look at your state ran by Democrats, you'll see what state you're. If y'all just want to look at what our country will look like if a Democrat runs it, look at Louis' state where he lives. It's failing. It's one of the poorest states in the union, and he lives in one of the poorest cities in that state. Going to email you just all right. Yeah, Hank, that's cool. I'll have to check it later because I'm about to say goodbye and I'm gonna head out. But I will email you back later. I will give you my phone number. I don't know if it's ever possible for you to call, but if it is, and I can call you somehow, I don't know how that works calling like that, but I will definitely call if I can, and you can call me. Cheers to you as well. I do this 6 nights a week. Now Saturday, tomorrow, I do a cooking show. So if you want to come around tomorrow, maybe you know that, but maybe you don't. But if you don't, I'll be here tomorrow, and we'll do a cooking show. One job, 512. He that has to serve hath life and hath Son of God. That's not life. Awesome, Dave. See, you're absolutely right about that. But anyway, that being said, I hope y'all have a good night. I hope God blesses each and every one of you and helps you have a prosperous life. If anybody needs to reach out to me, feel free to call me at 843-554-4336. Please remember some of our friends in prayer. Patricia Walton. She's getting a little better, but she was fighting the illness. Her ex-husband's battling cancer. Needs our prayers for quick healing. Kim J is still having bad problems with fatigue. She does have better days sometimes, but she's having it rough right now. We need to pray for her as well. We need to remember Harry Bonsell and Mama Nome in our prayers. Mama Nome's mother is, she's been in and out the hospital, and I believe she said she's going for an operation on the 16th. We need to keep her in our prayers and uplift her. If you don't pray, send them some love and best wishes. That being said, I love you all. Have a great night. God bless everyone. That's right, Dave C. Thank you, Jesus.